Okay. Checking. All right, everything seems to be working just fine. Hmm. All right. I'm. Hey everyone, it's me, Song Wesley again, and yeah, tonight we're going to be continuing Tsukihime. Um, I'm pretty sure that tonight is the one where I'm going to have to um do a little bit of censorship, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. This is honestly really good. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Oh, wait. Impulse inversion. That's... That does not sound good. It was something Master once told me. The lines that I see are the parts that break more easily. The same as how a human body has weaknesses, like at the joints or the eyes. I can cut anything without worrying about resistance or friction, just by lightly tracing the lines with the blade, whether it's a human body or inanimate objects. There are lines in all that I see.
よく聞いてね、シキ。
Hey, Joe. Good to have you here.
あらゆるものは
You haven't missed
壊れ
much,
てしまうという
just
運命
started.
を内包しているの。形がある以上、こればっかりは逃れようのない前提でしょ。
In other words, the world is stitched up. It's only ever a step away from breaking apart. Say the scribbles run across the earth. Then one day, for no reason at all, the ground could come apart and everything would break. Yep, we're on chapter 3 now. This is the one that I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to that I'm going to have to hide the screen, because again, I saw a bit ahead for one of the CGs, and I don't think I should be showing that on YouTube. That's what my reality is like. Oh, more alco.
私たち人間はさらに細かく壊れやすい。怪我も回復も老化も成長も流星も衰弱もすべては終わりに近づく変化だから。
I never. Oh no, Oh no. I'm gonna just be pulling my Switch out of its dock and then plugging it back in, because I still haven't found the way to have my capture card on a separate monitor. Oh no. Okay, so the actual CG is not censored. I'm meaning that I'm going to have to like hide it on my end. Like, I was planning on just taking my Switch out of the dock and uh just just kind of note what it is. But yeah, no, that it's not going to be pixelated. I never felt more thankful for Master's glasses than when I first came to understand those words. I couldn't have survived if I had to see those lines all the time. Fragile lines in all things. An unbound, unstable world. Nothing can be gained from, nothing can be gained from seeing them. Nothing at all. I awake from an old memory. Feeling the light through my eyelids, I reach over to the other side of the bed. My glasses are gone? Uh-oh. As worry creeps in, I try the other side of the pillow where I find my glasses waiting for me. I usually make sure to place them on my left. It must be because of that awful headache I had last night. Yeah, I feel that. I used to wear glasses, and sometimes when I'm not thinking, I put them like somewhere else without thinking, and have to spend like 10-15 minutes trying to find them. One time I accidentally left them on my bed, or one pair of glasses on my bed, and accidentally broke them. Thankfully, I still had like an older pair, so I wasn't completely blind. Oh wait. Oh, do I seem quiet, or does the game sound quiet? I'll just turn the gain up on the game a little bit because yeah, usually I was good about taking care of them, but sometimes I just forgot. Huh. Okay, yeah, there's supposed to be like little bird uh little bird song in the background. Um okay, yeah, I'm messing with the gain a little. You may hear me move my mic around for a sec. Okay, okay, yeah, whenever it starts playing music, um yeah, whenever it starts playing music, it should yeah, I turned the gain up on my mic and on the game. So it should be when it starts playing music and their voice lines, you should be hearing it easier too. Put on my glasses before I open my eyes. The ritual would probably look strange to anyone who saw it, but I try to avoid seeing the lines even from the moment I wake up.
おはようございます。四季様。
I look over towards the source of the voice to find a girl in a maid uniform standing by the wall. I didn't even notice her. It seems she's been here. It seems she's been there a while too. She must be here for the same reason as yesterday, to make sure I don't oversleep.
そっか、ごめん。驚くのはおかしかった。おはよう、翡翠。起こしに来てくれてありがとう。
それが私の役割ですから。どうかお気になさらないようお願いします。
Hisui lowers her head solemnly. She stops and raises it back up in one fluid motion.
いえ、驚かすのが仕事ということではなく、明日は四季様を驚かせないよう努力いたします。
Hisui can be a little strange sometimes. I get the impression that while she's a perfect maid, she's not quite used to speaking with people.
いや、翡翠には何の問題もないと思うよ。まだ慣れていない俺が悪いんだ。
I get up from the bed and realize that I'm wearing pajamas. I remember changing into my uniform to see what was up with that howling, and then I passed out of the bed after coming back. Wait, did...
おかしいな。俺、制服のまま眠ったと思うんだけど。
はい。あのままではお体に悪いので、姉さんに来てもらって、寝巻きに着替えさせていただきました。
Hisui plainly explains what happened. Oh, that makes sense. They changed my clothes for me. I don't know if there's anything especially unhealthy about sleeping in my uniform, but I guess it could get wrinkled. They sure are professional mate. Hold up.
着替えだって。
I quickly checked my pants and underwear. Both look brand new.
翡翠。
はい。何でしょう。
気を使ってくれたのは嬉しいんだけど、これからは何としても起こしてくれ。
Yeah, they are.
着替えっていうのはほら、やっぱり自分でやるものだし。
Yeah, they are very. Hisui and Kohaku seem very dedicated. I look down embarrassed. Hisui, on the other hand, simply nods in affirmation. They are incredibly
学
dedicated.
校の制服はそちらに畳んであります。着替えがお済みになられましたら、今においでください。
普通なら気がつくもんだけど、そんなに疲れてたのか、俺。
Yeah. Yeah, you must have been really exhausted, Shiki, if you didn't notice. If you didn't notice someone changing your clothes. There's no point dwelling on it. I can't change what's already happened. I should change and head down for breakfast. My uniform is folded up neatly. She's even gone to the trouble of ironing the shirt. It feels like putting on a new shirt for the first time. Akiya and Kohaku are already in the parlor. Having probably finished breakfast some time ago, Akiha is gracefully sipping a cup of tea. I mean, to be entirely honest, yeah, even if you have the ability, even if you have it blocked all the time, being able to see the literal death of everything probably consumes a ton of brain power, on top of, you know, his aforementioned anemia. You know what? Let's greet Akiha.
いや、おはよう、アキヤ。
I decided to greet Akiha first.
おはようございます、兄さん。挨拶に覇気が見られませんが、昨夜はきちんと眠れましたか？
あいにくこれが地顔だよ。朝から覇気に満ちた挨拶とか、俺に期待しないでくれ。
Regardless of what happened last night, I wish you wouldn't think I'm some delinquent just because I sound tired.
おはようございます、四季さん。朝食でしたら食堂でお出しいたしますので、いつでもお声掛けくださいね。
Meanwhile, Kohaku is radiating warmth and kindness. The contrast reminds me of that North Wind in the Sun fable. Took me a second, but I actually know the one he's referring to.
でも、アキハはもう済ませたのか？見たところ食後のお茶みたいだけど。
当然です。兄さんがどんな時間に起床しようと構いませんが、せめて朝食ぐらいは余裕を持って済ませてください。
Huh. One bit of leniency from Akiha.
7時を過ぎて朝食をとるなんて、たるんでいる証拠です。
I saw myself from saying that eating after 7 is normal for most people. Nothing about this place is normal.
そういうアキハは何時に起きるんだよ。
My guess, 5:30.
5時には起床しますけど。
Oh, I was actually close by 30 minutes.
すみません。参りました。
After hearing her reply so nonchalantly, I decided it's futile to mount any sort of argument. She did it with such ease, too. A perfect counter.
参りましたとは何に対してですか？
いや、なんでも。にしても、そんな早くに起きてどうするんだ？遅刻対策か？
Honestly, probably just to have some time to herself. given how busy the rest of her schedule is.
ですね、よほどのトラブルがない限り時間に遅れるなんてことはありません。兄さんの学校はここから徒歩で30分ほどなんでしょ？
Yes, I
そう
have.
遠くない場所なんですから、遅刻なんかしないでくださいね。
Yes,
恥ずかしいですから。
Yes, I have a ton of experience staying up late. Like, a ton of experience staying up late. It's actually to the point where I need to fix my sleep schedule. But, you know, have vampire and all that, I guess I guess that bit, kind of makes me more of a night owl. Anyway, she sure is prickly. Yeah, bit of an understatement there, Shiki. But she isn't wrong. Can't exactly argue with her. As the head of the family, it is Akiha's responsibility to mind the reputation of the Tono name.
はいはい。成績はともかく遅刻はしないよう心がけるよ。夜更かしも。
As I utter the words, the strange occurrences of the previous night spring to mind. I didn't mean to stay up late last night, but no matter how you slice it, that's what ended up happening.
なあ、アキハ。昨日の夜のことだけど、ここって毎晩ああなのか？
はい。
だから昨日の夜の話だよ。あれじゃあアキハたちだって眠れなかっただろ。
昨夜はきちんと熟睡できましたけど、何の話でしょう？
何の話かって犬の話に決まってるだろ。夜の11時頃野犬が吠えっぱなしだったじゃないか。
Akiha and Kohaku share a glance before casting a concerned gaze in my direction. They're looking at me like I'm a madman.
いえ、アキハには聞かない。琥珀さん、昨日の夜はうるさかったよね。
どうなんでしょうか。確かに昨夜は風が強かったとは思いますけど、深夜の見回りで発見した異常は四季さんが制服のままベッドの上で眠っていらしたことぐらいですよ。
ああ、それですか。これからは気をつけます。
何かあったの、琥珀？いえ、別に何もありませんでしたよ。ちょっと四季さんの寝相が悪かったというだけですから。
Yo, he's literally me. I probably should say that. I probably should say that. Kohaku dodges the question with a smile.
本当に二人とも気がつかなかったのか？昨日の夜30分ぐらい外で野犬が吠えてたのに、ワンワンワンワン、そりゃうるさいったらなかった。
ワンワン。
はあはあ、それはワンワンパニックですね。
I can't quite tell if she actually believes me or not. Yeah, this guy. I think he might be at least I think Shiki might be at least slightly unhinged.
まあ、わかりやすく言うとそういうこと。
私はそんな覚えはありませんけど。琥珀もないでしょ。そうですね。四季さんには申し訳ないのですが、そのようなことはなかったと思います。決まりね。あと考えられるケースと言ったら、兄さんは犬に吠えられる夢でも見ていたというところかしら。
With how confident they both seem, I'm starting to doubt myself now. And to be fair, that when I don't know. Now that I think about it, it was weird. There wasn't even a dog when I went to look. There was... No, there can't have been anyone. When they say it like that, it really does start to feel more and more like a dream.
兄さんはまだ屋敷に慣れていないから、そんなたちの悪い夢を見たんでしょう。そうですね。今夜も野犬に吠えられるようでしたら、とびっきり獰猛な番犬でも飼うことにしましょうか。
Smug Akia. A malicious smile creeps onto Akia's lips.
私は時間ですので、お先に失礼します。兄さん、登校中に犬に襲われないよう気をつけてくださいね。
Akia leaves the parlor with a graceful stride. Kohaku bows to me before leaving to see her off. Shiki's eternal nightmare. I eat breakfast in the dining room and exit to the lobby. Hisui follows behind me with my bag in hand. I told her I could carry it on my own, but she insisted she hold it at least until the entrance. I guess Akia isn't the only one that's me at a disadvantage. Or maybe in Hisui's case, I'm just soft. Akia beats me over the head with her ironclad logic. It's also hard to defy her when her status holds more weight around here than mine. It's the opposite when it comes to Hisui. I'm in a position where I could boss Hisui around, but I couldn't possibly bring myself to. There's something about the way she looks at me. I just want to listen to whatever she says.
四季さん、四季さん、ちょっと待ってください。
Kohaku hurries down the steps from the second floor. Hisui draws back as Kohaku approaches.
あれ、琥珀さんは秋葉と一緒じゃなかったの？
秋葉様はお車で学校に向かわれますから、今朝は四季さんにお届け物があるので、屋敷に残らせていただいたんです。
お届け物って俺に？
Wonder what it is.
はい、昨日有馬家の方から荷物が届いたんですよ。
A bright smile flashes across Kohaku's face.
いや、俺は自分の荷物は全部持ってきたよ。もともと向こうで使ってたのは有馬の家のものだったから、自分のものなんて着てる服ぐらいで。
そうなんですか？こちらが届けられたお荷物ですけど。
Kohaku hands me a narrow wooden box about 20 centimeters in length. It's light.
琥珀さん、俺はこんなの見たこともないんだけど。
四季さんのお父様の遺品とのことですけど、四季さんに譲られるようにと遺言があったとか。
あの親父が俺に
That hardly seems real. Why would the man who forced me out 7 years ago leave me something in his
まあい
will?
いや。琥珀さん、これ部屋に置いておいて。
Not sure yet. Not sure. Oh, okay. It's a box, but we haven't seen what's inside the box yet. Kohaku's eyes are fixated on the box, curiosity plastered all over her face. She's like a kid staring at a birthday present.
じー。
She's adorable. Or maybe she is a kid.
わかりました。中身が気になるんですね、琥珀さんは。
いえ、そんなことはないですよ。ただ、どんな贈り物なのか興味があるだけで。
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
なら開けてみましょう。せーの。はい。
The box opens with a dry clack. Inside is a thin iron shaft about 15 centimeters long.
鉄の棒だ。
It's a plain thing, unadorned, but it seems to show signs of heavy use. My father must have really not cared for me if he left me something like this. And I seem to recall the rod he used being thicker and even less decorative. Wait. An actual... Huh. An actual rod for discipline. But this is not that one.
違いますよ、四季さん。これ、果物ナイフなんじゃないでしょうか。
Fruit knife? Kohaku takes the iron shaft out of the box.
ほら、飛び出しナイフってあるじゃないですか。あれと同じみたいです。
Oh, what's a knife? With a metallic noise, a 10-centimeter blade shoots out. Huh, it really is a knife.
中の構造は今風のようですが、外側は随分と古いものみたいですね。ほら、裏に年号も書かれています。
Kohaku retracts the blade and hands me the knife. She's right. There's a number just below the grip. The character for 7 read Nana or Shichi, and the character for night, Yoru or Ya. Shichi Yoru, Nana Yoru, Shichi Ya.
姉さん、これ年号じゃない。7つ夜と書かれているだけよ。
Nanatsu Yoru. I look back to see Hisui standing directly behind me, sneaking a glimpse at the knife.
びっくりした。脅かさないでくれ、翡翠。そんな後ろから覗かなくても、見たければ、ほら。失礼いたしました。その担当があまりに綺麗でしたから、つい。
I'm guessing she likes knives.
綺麗？これ、綺麗って言うかな。どっちかっていうと鈍いというか、古臭い感じだけど。
そんなことはありません。由緒正しい鼓動だと思います。
そうなの？俺にはガラクタにしか見えないけど。
Seeing Hisui so resolute about it has stirred my own curiosity. Not a bad memento now that I look at it.
7つ夜ですか。その果物ナイフの名前でしょうかね。
I don't think many people would bother naming a knife, but it does seem like a relic from a different time. I stow it away in my bag. It may technically be against the law to carry it around, but one day couldn't hurt. You say that, Shiki, but I'll brag to Adahiko about it, though that depends on if he actually comes to school or not.
シキ様、お時間はよろしいのですか？
まずい、そろそろ行かないと間に合わないか。それじゃあ琥珀さん、届け物ありがとう。
Kohaku waves as we leave. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have that on you, Shiki. I noticed a commotion nearby after we exit the main
なん
gate.
だろう。なんかあっちの方騒がしくないか。
それが、今朝方あちらの路面で血痕が発見されたそうです。
血痕？血の跡ってことか。
はい。屋敷の塀にも血の跡がありました。シキ様がお眠りの間、警察の方々が昨夜の様子を尋ねにいらしたようです。
それって人が死んでたとか？
いえ、発見されたのは血の跡だけだそうです。
Bloodstains were all that were found. The road on the east side of the estate. That's where I went to look last night. Blood. Crimson red that stains anything it touches. I don't remember seeing anything that vivid last night. The only things here were the black of night and the biting cold. The warmth of blood was nowhere to be found.
四季様。
いや、なんでもない。それじゃあ行ってくるよ。見送りありがとう。
行ってらっしゃいませ。どうかみちみちお気をつけて。
Hisui bows deeply. All I'm doing is going to school, but I suppose this is Hisui's way of showing concern for my condition.
ありがとう。なるべく気をつける。翡翠も気をつけて。
I thank Hisui as I wave goodbye. I thank Hisui as I wave goodbye and leave the front gate behind. It's just before homeroom. Classroom is as lively as always. Boys and girls are still locked in battle over Miss Noelle. Thankfully, I don't belong to either camp. I amble over to my desk in the middle of no man's land and... Hey! Hey, it's Arihiko. Waiting at my windowside desk is someone who looks totally out of place in the morning. Not only that... Ziel! He's with someone even more unexpected.
先輩、なんでうちの教室に？
あれ、そんなに珍しいことですか？遠野くんが教室にいるかなってちょっと寄ってみただけですけど。
珍しいことです。普通上級生は下級生のクラスには来ませんよ。
そうですか？遠野くん、割と細かいところに気が利くんですね。でも私はへっちゃらですよ。みんな同じ学校の人たちですから。
Ciel's adorable. She is truly an angel. What a saint. I'm at a loss for words.
いや、それでも3年と2年じゃ距離が離れすぎです。ホームルーム遅刻しても知りませんよ。
Ciel nods seriously.
その点でも大丈夫です。私、こう見えても走るのは早いんです。下の階の自分のクラスまで1分もかかりません。
She puffs out her chest with pride. Tough in both body and soul.
お前も口やかましいな、トノ。いいじゃんか、先輩が好きで来てるんだからさ。
Arihiko, being Arihiko, is just sitting on my desk without a care in the world, fully immersed in his chat with Ciel.
いいけど。じゃあ、ホームルームが始まる2分前になったら自分のクラスに帰らないとダメだよ、先輩。
Suddenly feeling a wave of fatigue, I voice my discontent and sit down.
乾くん、遠野くんはご機嫌斜めみたいですね。
ああ、引っ越し先の生活が性に合わなくて感触を起こしてると見ました。遠野は大抵のことは気にしないんですけどね。なんかよくわからないことがあると暴れ出す悪癖があるんすよ。
Oh, yeah, Ciel's the one of the two main heroines of the game, so she's definitely living long enough to get her out.
そうなんですか？遠野くん、あんまり怒りそうにないですけど。
いや、そんなことないんだな、これが。遠野はおとなしそうに見えるだけで爆発するときは爆発するんすよ。割と頻繁にパチッと。
はあ、パチッですか？
そうそう。一度切れると見境がなくなるから、先輩もこいつを信用しちゃダメだぜ。
Arihiko and Ciel continue whispering in front of me.
あのさ、内緒話なら廊下でしてくれないか。人の机でそういうことされても丸聞こえで頭痛いんだけど。
なんと聞こえていたというのか、遠野。
Wait, did Arihiko seriously think that Shiki couldn't hear him? Yeah, I can. I didn't just hear you. I could also see when you tried to slip a hand around Ciel's waist under the guise of having your little discussion and how she immediately slapped it away. Riz. If anything, I'm less angry and more disappointed at that sham of a of a performance. CL is covering her mouth with her hands, unsure of how serious we are. She may have actually intended to trade secrets.
おう、これだから文系のメガネ君は俺と先輩のラ・マンな話を盗み聞くとか哀れにも程がありますな。そんなに日々欲求不満なんですか？新しい妹様はそんなに美人なんですか？今度紹介してくれますか？
You know, I have a feeling that Arihiko might be the desperate one.
アリヒコ、要するに俺に喧嘩を売ってるんだな。
そんなわけないだろう。俺と遠野は輝かしい友人じゃないか。気に食わなけりゃ親とだって殴り合うが、親友とだけは戦わないってのがポリシーなわけ。基本今日に生きる男なんだ俺。
Wow. Yeah, he is very dumb. A code that puts classmates over your own parents? That's messed up.
なるほど。腐ってるな、お前のポリシーは。
Arihiko. Yeah, no, Arihiko, I think he only has like one or two, I think he has like a single brain cell.
なんだ元気のないふりしやがって。根はいつもの遠野じゃんか。たく心配して損したぜ。
Yeah, tries to put the moves on CL, and then quickly converts into making a comment about Akia. My bud pats me hard on the back.
お前、もしかして気を使ってたのか？
バカ、そんなつまんないこと聞くなっての。こういうのはさりげなくやるのが美徳じゃないのさ。
He thwaps my back some more. I've known Arihiko for a long time, but there's still a lot about him that surprises me.
それで新しい絵はどうなんだ？見たところヘビーにストレス溜まってそうじゃんか。
Yeah, he probably is just trying. I mean, he's probably just doing whatever he can to try to get Shiki to liven up and not. But that goal is pretty much taking up all, or like his one brain cell, and he's not actually thinking about what he's saying.
さあ、どうだろう。とりあえず昨日は妙な夢を見て、家の人たちに白い目で見られたけど。
そうか。それは災難だな。
Arihiko nods in sympathy. Hey, CL. I turn to the source of the silence. CL is watching our stupid conversation unfold with a serious look on her face.
先輩？
遠野くん、やっぱり乾くんと仲がいいんですね。
本気ですか先輩？今のを見てそう思えるなんて。そのメガネは度が合ってないですね。
そんなことないです。遠野くん、乾くんの前だと気を抜いてるじゃないですか。無防備で乾くんを信頼しきってます。
She probably has a reason. Maybe she just found the whole thing funny. For some reason, a bright smile stretches across her face. Arihiko and I look at each other and tilt our heads.
羨ましいな。そうやって何の気負いもなしで分かり合える友人がいるのって憧れます。
CL lets out a sigh of genuine admiration.
そうか。
Arihiko and I grimace in unison.
と、そろそろ時間ですね。私は戻りますけど、遠野くん、今朝のニュース見ましたか？
と、忙しくて忘れてた。まだ見てません。
そうですか。
それじゃあ率直に聞きますけど、今朝のニュースで大きなお屋敷が映っていました。
え、
Hisui did mention that the police came around to ask some questions.
ああ、それはきっとうちのことかもですね。今朝警察が話を聞きに来たって言ってたし。
そうですか。遠野くん、あんまり夜遊びしちゃダメですよ。
CL dashes out of the room. We watch her leave in silence.
さて、なあトーノ。
なんだよ。つまんないことなら聞かないからな。
つまらなくはないぞ。大きな疑問として、お前はいつの間に先輩の方から会いに来るほど親しくなってたんだ。
俺に聞かれても返答に困る。話をするようになったのはここ最近だし、今日だって単なる気まぐれなんじゃないか。そういうお前だって親しそうだったじゃないか。
そうでもない。俺は7日もかけてやっと名前を覚えてもらったレベルだよ。
ほう、そりゃ珍しい。一日でなびかない女はめんどくさいから相手にしないってのもお前のポリシーじゃなかったっけ？
波の女はな。だが先輩は別。秘密にしていたんだが、実のところ俺の好みやだな。
メガネの似合う上級生だって言うんだ。
And older. Arihiko blushes.
わかりましたか、親友。
わかるよ。眉唾だけど、先輩が言うには俺たち親友らしいし。先輩は本気で可愛いしな。あの人と話して好意を持たない方がおかしい。俺だってそうだ。
Oh yeah, I mean Arihiko is a delinquent.
そうかそうか。遠野も先輩の良さがわかるのか。ってなんですと？
親友なら気が合うものだし、何より趣味も似通うもんだろ。好きな女の子のタイプなんてもろかぶりになっても不思議じゃない。
Alright, mate. After a brief but meaningful moment, Arihiko nods solemnly.
短い友情だったな、遠野。
ああ、まったく。
I send him off with a wave. Just then, the bell for homeroom rings. Morning class is in and lunch break begins. Where should I grab lunch? I'll eat in the classroom. I guess I'll eat in the classroom. But I don't have much of an appetite today. Whenever I feel like this, I always throw up if I eat anything. Best course of action would be to just rest in the classroom, but...
もう殿、飯にしようぜ、飯。
Seeing the mopey face has obliterated any appetite I did have. Okay, I'm definitely skipping lunch. Thanks for that, Arihiko.
悪い、今日はパス。一人で済ませてきてくれ。
なんだ？お前ますます不健康になってくな。何？やっぱお貴族様な新生活は合いませんかね？
あのな、お貴族様なんかじゃ。ああ、いや、そうかも。あれで貴族じゃないって言ったら何が貴族なんだ？トイレとかすごいんだぞ、アリヒコ。お前の部屋より広い、そして高い。
マジで？そんな落ち着かない生活したくねえな。
Actually, I take it back. Arihiko's reaction is a breath of fresh air. It's nice to talk to someone who can relate.
まあ、建物の話は仕方ないとしてもだ。朝は7時に起きても遅いと文句は言われるし、門限は8時だし、おまけに無断外泊すると厳しく詰問されるなんて監獄生活みたいだろ。
のそれはそれでいい話じゃねえか。管理体制万々歳。若者はもっとタイトに生きねえとな。若いうちから楽しちゃろくな大人になれないぞ。
どうか。しかしお前に言われると説得力があるな。
He's living proof of that argument.
そうか。なんだ、今日の遠野はやけに素直じゃないか。
Shiki just casually roasting this guy.
よしよし、じゃあ菓子パンを一つくれてやりますか。
だから食べ物はいいって。俺のことは気にせず食べろよ。昼休み終わっちゃうぞ。
あ、そう。じゃあ遠慮なくいただきます。
Arihiko claps his hands together and starts to eat his pastry. Credit where credit is due. Arihiko does know his manners.
お邪魔します。
Hey, CL. I hear a familiar voice. CL comes over carrying what appears to be a lunchbox.
お、先輩って学食じゃなかったっけか。
いえ、別に食事は決まってないですよ。その日の気分で何でもありです。
Yeah, Arihiko probably did earn it. Like, for what we know, he's a constant. He constantly plays hooky, and is just an overall delinquent. CL produces a lunchbox from a cute little pouch. The box looks pretty big for her, given her frame.
気分ってことは今日は早起きできたんでお弁当を作ってきたってことですか。
そうなんです。今朝は珍しく7時前に目が覚めて。って何を言わせるんですか、遠野くんは。
いえ、そんなつもりはなかったんですけど。先輩、もしかして朝は弱い方？
I can relate.
はい、実は私早起きは苦手なんです。ボランティアの時はもうかなり無茶をしちゃってます。私の実家はパン屋さんでしたからすっごく朝が早かったんです。けど私はどうしても朝に弱くて、もう子供の頃からお父さんに怒られてばかりでした。
Yeah, I'm kind of worthless in the morning too. A bakery? Arihiko and I glance at each other. I'm sure we're both picturing CL kneading dough with her delicate fingers before baking it in the wood-fired oven that she somehow has in her apartment.
お父さんとの戦いは3年ほど続きましたが、最後には「お前をしつけるのなら2人分働いた方がマシだ」とサジを投げられちゃいました。それ以来私の起きる時間に関してはわがままし放題だったのです。
CL puffs out her chest, beaming with pride.
そうだったんですか。先輩、ものすごくしっかりしてそうなのに。
はい、遠野くんの前では失敗しないように頑張ってますから。本当はですね、どっちかっていうと容量が悪い方なんです、私。
That might actually be true. Like your volunteer work, for one thing. Someone who had everything figured out probably wouldn't spend their time working for zero profit.
そっか。でも俺、容量が悪い人の方が好きだよ。一緒にいると安心できる。
Arihiko nods in agreement.
それで朝が弱い先輩は大抵学食だったわけなのか。
そういうわけなので学食ばかりですけど、たまにはこうやってお弁当ぐらい作ります。出来合いものの寄せ集めですけど。お二人は学食派ですよね。
いや、俺たちもその日の気分だな。1年の頃は俺も姉貴に飯作ってもらってたんだけどよ、遠野のやつが学食だったりパン食だったりするから合わせてるうちにこうなっちまったんだ。は
あ、遠野くんは気分屋さんなんですね。
そうそう、こういう男と付き合うと疲れるだけだから先輩も気をつけな。
CL nods in agreement as he takes the... CL nods in agreement as she takes the lid off her lunchbox. Half of the round container is filled with rice, the other half with side dishes. It's a fairly standard lunch if somewhat large.
では、いただきます。隣の人の椅子借りていいでしょうか。
いないやつの椅子はみんなの椅子だよ。高田くんも先輩に座ってもらえて本望だろうし。
I half expect CL to put her lunchbox on my desk, but she sets it on her lap and begins eating. Adahiko stands across from her, tearing open a second pastry. Their voices fade into the background chatter as I blankly stare out of the window.
おや、遠野くん、お昼は食べないんですか？
はい、今日は気分じゃないので。
食べないって、それじゃあお腹空いちゃいますよ。
いいんです。今は食欲より体調ですから。それに昼を抜いたぐらいでどうにかなるほどやわじゃありませんし。
うわ、
She's
す
adorable.
ごいなあ。私一食でも抜いたら動けません。お腹がペコペコになって倒れちゃいます。恥ずかしいですよね。普通の子よりたくさん食事はとってる方なのに、すぐお腹が空いちゃうんですから。
Well, that just means you have a high metabolism, CL. I knew some... When I was in high school, I knew a few guys who could down, like, an entire... Or down, like, an entire large pizza for lunch. And then be snacking, like, 30 minutes later. Then again, that specific guy was on the basketball team, so that probably had something to do with it.
そんなことはないっす。先輩は他の女どもに比べて発育いいんす。
Shut up, Adahiko.
燃費が悪いのは自然の摂理ですよ。
Shut up, Adahiko. I'm not sure that was the smoothest way to do it, but Adahiko's words tie a bow on that conversation. We're all growing teenagers here. She can eat as much as or as little as she wants. CL's expression is indecipherable. I can't tell if she's flattered or embarrassed.
でも遠野くん、本当にお昼ご飯を抜いて平気なんですか？
平気平気。丸1日ぐらい食事を断つのも珍しいことじゃないんだ。
それはどうかと思います。そんな生活したちゃ体壊しちゃいますよ。
大丈夫。ちゃんと体を見てくれる人もいますから。医者に体重を増やさないように注意もされてるし、たまに食事を抜いた方が俺はちょうどいいんです。体力は欲しいけど、やっぱりウエイトは絞らなくちゃね。
そうですか。男の子でもダイエットって考えるんですね。
CL looks at me for a moment, contemplating something, then closes the lid on her lunchbox.
用事を思い出したので失礼します。私のことは気にせず、むしろ今日の出来事は忘れていただけると助かります。
She quickly packs up her things and takes off. Sorry, just popping my knuckles. An awestruck Adahiko nods to himself contentedly. Adahiko has like one brain cell. Fifth period begins. I fight off the temptation of sleep as I scribble down notes during our classic literature class. Our school still doesn't allow note-taking on devices. They've said they'll switch to using tablets eventually, but it seems like it's going to take another couple of years. Either way, people rarely get into trouble for using their phones in class. It's one of those unspoken agreements. There are plenty of students who use their phones to check their texts, look up information, or just browse the internet. I've always preferred doing things the old-fashioned way, so I write everything by hand. It comes on without warning. A heightened, accelerated sense of awareness. My vision begins to bend, folding and twisting around a single point. My sense of equilibrium shifts, as if my brain were spinning on its axis. Everything morphs into a blurred mess. It feels like something is lurking at the back of my head, trying to drive me out of my own skull. I know this feeling. This is the dizzy spell right before my anemia hits. I should have seen this coming. I always knew this was a possibility. This hardly ever happens, but I'm going to in class. Darkness shrouds my vision. I fumble for my desk, grabbing the side of it to steady myself, but it doesn't help. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do is brace for the fall.
Sensei, ちょっといいっすか?
Just when I expect to lose control, I feel a hearty slap on my back.
どうののやつ、調子が悪そうなんで保健室に連れて行きたいんですけど。
He might be a dumb delinquent, but he does actually care about Shiki. Before I know it, Arihiko is standing at my side.
具合が悪いのか?
I hear the teacher speaking to me from the front of the room.
いえ、これぐらい平気で。
ああ、全然ダメだそうです。こりゃ早退させた方がいいんじゃないですか?
Arihiko's booming voice overshadows my attempt at a reply.
そうか。先生も遠野の体のことは聞いている。遠野、体調が優れないなら保健室で休むか?
I can't tell if he's just nice to a fault. He seems to have believed Arihiko wholeheartedly.
ほら、帰っていいとよ。そんな青い顔しやがって。まずいと思ったらすぐに言わねえとわからねえだろうが。
Arihiko scowls and slaps me across the back.
それじゃあ、早退させてもらいます、先生。
The teacher nods approvingly.
悪い、アリヒコ。いらない心配をかけさせた。
気にすんな。中学からの腐れ縁だからな。お前が貧血でぶっ倒れそうな雰囲気ってのはすぐにわかんだよ。
So they are friends after all. Oh, you didn't miss much, you didn't miss much, oh well, CL sat down for lunch with Arihiko Shiki, seemingly got flustered about something and left, and it's currently 5th period, and Shiki is starting to have and Shiki nearly passed out from his anemia, but Arihiko stepped up, kept him from falling, and convinced the teacher to let him go home. Arihiko returns to his seat. Somehow I get up from my seat and carry myself out of the room. Oh yeah, now, he and Shiki might insult each other, but he's still got Shiki's back. Ah, that's the wrong thing. I was trying to drag my face, not the screen. I exit the school. I decide to pass on resting in the nurse's office. At this time of day, there's a good chance I'd just end up sleeping until dark. Instead, I decided it would be better to make the trip back to the mansion.
ちょっとは楽になってきたかな。
It must be thanks to the fresh air. 7 years ago, I survived a life-threatening injury, and the price I paid is my chronic anemia. When I first left the hospital, I used to collapse just about every day. And while I've lost a lot of opportunities from this, I've never felt like I missed out on anything important, thanks to the support of the people around me. After reaching adolescence, most of my symptoms stopped surfacing, at least as long as I didn't move around too much. Though, every now and again, I'll still get dizzy and lose consciousness for no reason. I'm lucky Arihiko was around today. I probably would have fallen on my face if he weren't. I breathe deeply, sending a volley of fresh air into my lungs. Struggling against the dull water swirling in my head, I make my way from school. I turn onto the street leading to the station. I don't believe it. Part of my brain must still be spacing out. By force of habit, I almost went through the ticket gate. I don't live with the Adimas anymore. I live in the Tono mansion now. There's no need for me to catch a train. I still don't feel well. put a hand on my forehead and realize I have a slight fever. No point in heading home if I'm going to pass out on the street before I get there.
しょうがないな。ほんと。
Disappointed by my own frailty, I carefully prop myself down on a bench. Maybe I'll just rest here until I feel better. Absent-mindedly, I watched the crowds in front of the station. It's just past 2 in the afternoon. The city is as busy as ever. People stream past in waves. Each and every one of them is far too absorbed in reaching their destination to bother looking at who's around them. The place is swarming with people, yet everyone's too immersed in their own little world to notice. They're each the main character in their own story. Today is just another day in the story of their lives. Despite seeing perfectly well, they spend every waking moment in willful ignorance. Their days never intersect, nor do their respective paths deviate. Preferring to expend as little effort as possible to reach the most basic level of comfort. It seems people have chosen a life of individualism, to only interact when absolutely necessary. I don't know if it's my fever, but something has me feeling sentimental.
帰ろう。
I'm feeling better anyway. And the longer I sit here, the longer I'll dwell on this stuff. Lifting myself from the bench, I join the masses. I start for the mansion, my head still heavy from the anemia. Right now, all I want to do is lock myself in my room, close my eyes, take off my glasses, and just breathe. Hey! Until I see her. It's Arcuade. I'm almost... Wait a sec. It kind of looks like it's a different... Kind of looks like they used a different font. I'm almost certain time itself has stopped. Every part of me is being drawn in, the moment forever imprinting itself onto my memory. Thump. Golden hair, crimson eyes. White clothes against porcelain skin. Pure as driven snow. Not a blemish to be found, like a sacred stone yet untainted by man. Thump. My pulse skyrockets. Bodily rhythms go haywire. My veins and arteries dilate. Every nerve in my body fires as this phantasm feverishly warms my spinal cord. To say I'm captivated would be an understatement. I stopped walking what feels like ages ago. As she leaves my peripheral vision, I turn around to not lose sight of her. Shiki, what are you doing? I realize I haven't been breathing. I feel nauseous. Technically, the word is nauseated. I can't breathe. Maybe everything's a JoJo's reference. The pain is unbearable. I can't remember how to breathe. My throat is on fire. My eyes feel like they're about to burst. My palms are slippery. Yet deprived of blood, my fingertips are so cold they're numb. I'm drenched in sweat. I recall that I'm still an animal, still alive. That gets me breathing again. But my will... I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't choose anything. All I wanted was to go home. My will snaps like a tightrope. I plunge into depths below. I get the impression that Shiki is about to do... I get the impression that Shiki's about to snap and do something very bad. I have to follow her. I have to follow that woman. I have to follow her and speak with her. Dragging my frozen feet, I pant like a dog, I guess? I follow after my fair prey. I think he's about to go on. I think he's about to have a psychotic break. The woman walks slowly. She has no idea I exist. Questions, one after another, graze the back of my mind. She doesn't know I exist. That's so stupid. How could she be the one? She doesn't notice it yet. She must be returning from something. Must be. She's probably exhausted. What? Uh, uh, what? Okay, I think this is about time I should probably... Yeah, this is probably... Sorry, this is probably about the time I should, take... I think this is about the time when the, No, I don't think he's a vampire. I'm pretty sure he'd be burning up in the sun if he was one. Um, Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to, Yeah, this is probably about time for me to, yeah, this is probably about time for me to... Yeah, this is probably about time for me to, censor or just take it off screen. No. No, I don't want YouTube to smite my channel. I sigh, but the breath doesn't feel like mine. I claw my chest to stem my emotions from bursting. The woman weaves through the crowd, looking delectable. My throat is on fire. I haven't been breathing. What? I take it out of my bag and slide it into my pocket as I walk. My fingers trace along the iron. I can't believe my luck. I even have the necessary tools. I think Shiki has had a complete psychotic break. Should keep my distance so she doesn't notice, so no one gets in my way. We're total strangers, so I need to... Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'll just read this quietly and then describe and just briefly note what happens. So yeah, he's still following her to her apartment. Sneaks into the apartment complex. I mean, given that she's one of the cover characters, I'm pretty sure Arcuade is going to be able to come back from whatever happens here. I feel like Shiki might have like a I feel like Shiki might have a split personality or something because this is completely different because this does not like sound like him. Like he can be kind of a jerk, but this this does not sound like Shiki. Yeah, he just took the glasses off. He's remembering what Alco said, or at the very least, normal Shiki does if this is like a split personality. But because normal Shiki is not in his right mind, he ignores it. Yeah, a bit. Um, at this point, he's also just completely dissociated. He doesn't even know what he's do. He doesn't even understand what he's doing or why he's doing it. Oh my god. Um, yeah, he just cut her to pieces, literally. Oh my god. Oh my yeah, yeah, that's the yeah, that is not something I would have yeah, I just saw the CG again. Yeah, no, that is yeah, nah. Um that feels more to I'm not actually going to describe it, but what just happened was sort of akin to like a Mortal Kombat fatality. And now Shiki has completely regained his ability to think. A dumbstruck voice reaches my ears. The reality hasn't set in that the voice belongs to me. I feel another flurry of dizziness take hold. Chunks of something are scattered in front. The marble floor is covered in it, expanding red liquid like someone tripped over a bucket. The smell of blood assaults my nostrils. The cuts are clean, but a red mess creeps steadily over the ground. Strange. There's nothing in the room except for. Shiki says, "What have I?" The bowl is. The knife is still in my hands. She's dead. Of course she is. No human could survive something like this. Like this. Why? Who can rap about the why? Just now, with his own two hands, Shiki Tono butchered a woman he's never met before in his life. I killed her. I must have, or am I wrong? But I don't have a reason, so this can't be. Yeah, Shiki is completely breaking down because I think at this point he is actually just whatever dissociative episode just happened, he is starting to actually come to. And I am very glad that I and I am very glad that I that I'm very glad that I remembered about the that I remembered about the this bit from like from like a couple things I was looking at before like started like playing the game, because that was that was like it wasn't even like over the top gore. It was actually really really brutal. The pool of red continues to swell, a slow slick wave. It's almost at my feet now. Ah, I try to lift my feet, but it's too late. The woman's blood is like tars through it. Red. Yeah, Shiki's continuing to have a psychotic breakdown. I mean, it's still. Oh no, I'm still. It's still very well written, and I like it. I'm just like it. I'm just kind of taken aback by how brutal that was, especially compared to like Mahoyo. Mahoyo had like pretty rough parts in it, but it wasn't anywhere near as brutal as this. Yeah, it's a lot more explicit. And even then in Mahoyo, it was more just like maybe a blood splatter. Maybe a blood splatter. This was just very direct. Yeah, and Shiki is now fully realizing the reality of the situation. And he vomits because vomits because he's horrified at what happened. He's starting to yeah, yeah, he seems completely just horrified over what he just did, and he is still trying to figure out or trying to come to terms with the fact that he just did something so horrible for a reason or for no reason. Or like, I mean, there's no reason you could do that justify just, randomly attacking a woman you've never met. But you get what I'm saying. He has no idea why he did that. Ugh. Don't understand what's happening. Why do I feel like this? Why did I kill her for no reason? I don't understand. No, no, none of this feels like reality. Yeah, I had one of my usual dizzy spells, and I've been dreaming this whole time. No. How can just one little knife do this to a person? Even with a butcher saw, I'm pretty sure this would have taken all day. This can't be possible with just a knife. Those lines never existed in the first place. I've been fooling myself into thinking. No. Bile drips from my lips. I'm cut. Ow, it hurts. That's how I know. This isn't a dream, I'm just lying to myself. I hear the distant sound of rain, the long and gentle hiss of rainfall touching down. My head is hazy, my throat aches with every breath. I can't help but wince. Suddenly I sense a person, a voice by my side. Okay. Okay, we're past that part. Okay. Not very well, Hisui. Not very well. I'm in my room. I find myself lying in my own bed. I put on the glasses that are placed next to my pillow.
おはようございます、四季様。
翡翠。
はい。お体の具合はいかがでしょうか？
What a strange question to ask. How am I feeling? Why would I...
なん。
That's a good question. Oh, wait. That's a good question. Why am I sleeping here?
俺は人を殺し。
I stop short of saying it. The reasoning part of me hits the brakes, impelling me not to utter that word.
翡翠。俺どうしてここに。
覚えていらっしゃらないのですか、四季様。
Hisui furrows her brow ever so slightly.
学校の方から四季様は早退したというお電話がありました。ですが夕方になっても帰ってこられず。
公園って近くの公園。
はい。四季様はベンチで休まれており、その後ご自分の足で屋敷までお帰りになられました。
嘘だろ。そんな覚え全くないんだけど。
四季様の記憶が定かではないのはそうおかしなことではないと思います。貧血による衰弱で四季様は意識が混濁していたようなので。
I don't remember anything. Still, I can't deny any of what Hisui has told me.
ああ、もう夜の9時なんだ。全然記憶にないや。
はい。お屋敷に戻られた四季様は眠りたいとだけ告げてお部屋で休まれたのです。
そうか。確かに貧血で倒れるのはいつものことだけど。
This time was different. Killed someone. No, wait.
翡翠。俺どんな格好をしてたんだ。
は？
だから服装。俺のシャツとか靴とかその血で。
It should have been soaked in it.
四季様の制服でしたら汚れていましたので洗濯をしておりますが。
洗濯って あんな血だらけの服を。
確かに泥にまみれてはおりましたが、血液らしきものはありませんでした。それに汚れていたのはシャツとズボンだけで。
That can't be right. Oh no, I've been on the other side of the screen for a bit. I swapped over while you were gone. But yeah, no. Yeah, that was incredibly brutal. I was kneeling in a sea of blood. My arms and legs should have been stained red.
シキ様、何か良くない夢でも見られていたのですか？先ほどまでうなされていたようですし、今もお顔の色が優れません。
Hisui looks directly at me.
夢って。
Could it have been a dream? I'm just going to pop the screen up again in case it shows that CG again. That sensation. Yep, I would. Okay, yeah, my intuition worked. My intuition worked. That smell of blood. That woman in white, a miracle given flesh. Yeah, you're right, it must have been a bad dream. Yeah, no, that was... That one that you did see was not the one I'm... Well, obviously it's not the one I'm referring to. That one showed up again immediately after. Like literally the next CG. And the second I saw that, the first one, I'm like, Shiki's gonna remember that again. And yeah, no, I did not. So yeah, I guess my insight actually worked for once. I let out a relieved sigh. Oh. That's right. It was nothing more than a horrible dream. I'd never do something like... I'd never do something that would break my promise with it, Sensei, especially without a decent reason.
目が覚めた。
シキ様のご気分さえよろしければ、夕食の支度をいたします。
I think someone in the apartment above me was just dropped something.
いや、夕食は。
I know it was only a dream, but I still can't get the color or smell of blood out of my head.
ごめん、いらない。今晩はこのまま眠ることにする。それより翡翠。
はい。何でしょうか、シキ様。
そのさ、俺夕方に帰ってきたらしいけど、秋葉はなんて言ってた？
秋葉様なら、その時間はお帰りになられてはおりませんでした。
Hisui gives me an inquisitive look as if to say, what about it?
いや、別になんでもないんだ。帰ってきてまだ3日目なのに迷惑をかけて呆れてるだろうなって。
確かに秋葉様はご気分を害されておりましたが、呆れているというわけではなさそうでした。
Hisui takes a step back after she
それ
speaks.
では失礼します。何かご用がおありでしたらお呼びください。
ああ、ありがとう。もう一つ聞き忘れてた。
はい。何でしょう、シキ様。
外、雨が降ってるんだね。いつから降り始めたのかな、これ。
シキ様がお帰りになられる前からです。姉が見つけたとき、シキ様は雨に濡れていたとのことです。
Really? I don't remember that either. I guess my anemia was particularly bad this time. I should have just rested at school.
おやすみ。今日は本当にすまない。琥珀さんにもお礼を伝えておいてくれ。
かしこまりました。それではおやすみなさいませ。
夢だったんだ。
Words feel bleak coming from my lips. Nothing feels real. Not the horrible dream, nor the fact that it was a dream. Rain outside falls hard. My head is still a little heavy. I peer at my chest. My scar from 7 years ago stands out starkly against my skin, like burn marks. The knife my father left me is sitting on the desk in my room. It was a dream. There's no way it was anything else. I repeat those words in my head to convince myself and close my eyes. I exhale deeply, like I'm trying to expel some deep-seated odor from my lungs. My consciousness fades, and I'm ushered into a deep, dark slumber. When I was a child, I remember someone urging me to never tell a lie I didn't believe myself. I didn't believe myself. Fire and Blood 1. I might... it's getting a little late. Okay, I'm going to stand up for a second, be back in a moment, and just think if I want to try getting through the next chapter. Because this was a short I mean, it was pretty eventful. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll call it for tonight. I'm guessing the next chapter is going to be... I'm guessing the next chapter is going to be a lot more... Or it was going to be a lot longer. Yeah. Yeah, I think the next chapter is going to be a lot longer, and it will probably be better if I didn't... If I didn't wind up staying till midnight for it. But yeah, oh my gosh, it was very well written. It was good, but it was incredibly brutal. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Shiki might have some sort of like dissociative state or something to that effect, because it was a very stark difference between when he was in like the state of going to kill Arcuade, and when he snapped back to his normal personality. Like, it was incredibly different. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.